The need for governance reform to allow states greater control of mineral resources has been identified as imperative for unlocking creative energies of Nigerians for development and untimely of uplifting the country. Now, correspondent John Felix gives us details in this report.
The inaugural lecturer, Professor Catherine Eromosele, says Nigeria's chemical industry is not developed and positioned to uplift productive economic activities. However, she says the value-added industrialization, deploying agro-raw materials which abound in Nigeria, holds promise to unlocking the economic potentials of the country and for effective job creation. The University Dawn, however, urged the federal government to allow states control their resources for growth and development.
Anambra State now exports ugu all over the world. You understand me? If you know your state has mineral, okay, and you can exploit the minerals, then you should be allowed to exploit the mineral and let that, get income for your state. Each state should be allowed to grow at its own pace. That was what we had in the 1960s, and that was why we had much development. Now, everything is centralized. Everything is centralized now, and that is where we are today. Now, with the bitumen in Ondo State, nobody can touch it. It's a federal government thing, and meanwhile, Ondo State has nothing.
The inaugural lecturer notes that there are some issues confronting the dispensation of chemistry curriculum in Nigeria, stating that a vast array of experimental chemical reaction processes that should promote hands-on experience for students, undergraduates, and postgraduates has become inaccessible to them. The Vice-Chancellor, Professor Kolawole Salako, says science and technology has become imperative for Nigeria's growth, and the need for all stakeholders to maximize the non-oil sector.
We have a country that has no petroleum, yet it is the chemical center, if I may put it, of the whole world. They gave their country domestic things they need and also export and make money for their people. You can imagine in a country where unemployment rate is 3.4%. In Nigeria, it's now 34.3%. It only has to do with having policies and having people in places who will drive these policies, who will give our young ones work to do.
We need science, we need technology to grow as a nation. And if we want to leave this tendency of being dependent on some other nations in terms of importation, we need the kind of thing that she does. Synthetic materials, things that, chemistry is something that is all encompassing. Virtually every aspect of development needs chemistry. Science, technology. So the issue of not lack of stopping our dependence on is even very germane now. Just recently we heard about China discovering shale oil in large quantity. And the implication for that, for the oil market, is that very soon, very few people will need the crude oil from Nigeria.
The need for a symbiotic relationship between research agencies, universities, polytechnics, research institutes, and industries remains key to promoting the chemical industry for national development. From Abeokuta, the Ogun State capital, John Felix reporting for Galaxy Television News.